Alright, I'm going to run you through some essential blues licks here. First one goes like this. It's a little repeating lick. It's starting on the 7th fret. It's actually out of this pentatonic scale, or it could be out of that blues scale, the typical patterns that everybody plays out of. And it starts out with the D note on the 7th fret, 3rd finger, doing a whole step bend, so it's a 2-fret bend. So you're actually bending it until it sounds like that note. Then you're playing that note, and then you're playing the note with the pinky right there on the 2nd string, 8th fret. Yep. So we're starting with just those 3 notes, and they keep repeating. Obviously, you wouldn't want to do that too many times, but you can certainly repeat it quite a few times in a solo. So if you take that last note that we're playing in that lick, and instead you use the this note in place of it, the A note, the root note of that A minor pentatonic scale, then you're going to get this. And I'm just barring those 2 strings there. That's another real common sort of lick, like a blues or even a rock lick. And you can combine them to get some, maybe make it a little more interesting that way. So those are the first 2 licks. I kept it simple on the first couple. We're going to do maybe a longer lick this time. It's going to go like this. So the way that goes is 3rd finger on the 10th fret. I'm actually coming into that next position of the pentatonic. I'm not sure if you know that one. That next position of what I would call the minor pentatonic. And we're going up to here. So normally I'd actually finger that note with the pinky, but for the sake of this lick, I'm shifting up and using the 3rd finger, 10th fret, 2nd string. So I play that note twice, come back to the 3rd string, 9th fret, with the 2nd finger. So 3rd finger, 2nd finger, and then I'm coming back. The 4th note I'm playing is actually that note again on the 2nd string, 10th fret. So the picking on that, and I'm sorry I didn't talk about the picking on the first lick. The first 2 licks, going back to that very briefly, the picking was just pure down up. So when we did, that was down, up, down, and then the next time it was up, down, up, because the picking flips itself, because you're picking 3 notes. It's an odd number. So if you're doing pure down, up, the picking is going to flip itself. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. When we did it with that other note, same deal. Down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. All right, so back to the lick we were on. So we got that. The next note I'm going to go to is the 8th fret, 1st finger, 1st string. When you hit that note in a blues, you can put just a little slight bend in it. Now you can put a full half-step bend in it if the blues is on the 1 chord, which like a blues in, say, A, which is the way we're playing, is kind of thinking like we're playing over a blues in A. You'd have an A7 for your 1 chord, you could have a D9 for your 4 chord, and an E9 for your 5 chord. So when you're playing over that 1 chord, the A7, when your rhythm guy is playing that 1 chord, you can actually bend that note a half step. It's a sweet sound, but you don't want to do it on the D9 or the E9. You only want to do it on the A7. Anyways, that's a whole different issue. So going back to what we were doing, we're just doing a very tiny bend, maybe a quarter step bend, so half of a half step. But I don't measure it out. I don't think about it that way. I just put a light bend in there. It adds a bluesiness to it. And then I'm coming back to this note. So very slowly. Now at this point I want to come back to my pentatonic pattern that I started in, that I was playing the first couple licks in. And from there I want to go to the pinky finger on the second string on the 8th fret, bending that note a full 2 frets. Now when I bend with a pinky, or typically you bend with the pinky or the 3rd finger, you don't want to make the mistake that so many guitar players make of not backing it up or supporting it with the other fingers. The pinky is not strong enough to hold that string up. You need to use all 4 fingers. So now you notice I'm hitting all the strings, but I'm really just deadening everything. It's sort of a Stevie Ray Vaughan sort of thing to just hit all of that. But you got to deaden everything, or else it's not gonna sound good. Or you can just pick the note like that, but it definitely has a little more punch to it if you do that. So I'm doing the full bend. I'm bending that note until it sounds like this note, which is the same note as this note, which will actually be the next note I hit. So now that I've gone there, I'm going to continue down the blues scale, not the pentatonic, not the minor pentatonic, but the blues scale. Oop. That's just straight down the blues scale, descending from that root. So it's 5th fret on the 1st string. On the 2nd string we go 8th fret, 5th fret. On the 3rd string we go 8, 7, 5. And on the 4th string we go 7. So the frets are 5, 8, 5, 8, 7, 5, 7. The fingers are 1, 4, 1, 4, 3, 1, 3. And the strings are 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I just said that wrong. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4. But it's straight down a blues scale, so that's easy enough. And you want to alternate pick that. So this bend is a downstroke. Because of the phrasing, the rhythm of it, the next note is another downstroke. But after that, it alternates. So it's down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Watch that picking. If you pick it wrong, it's not going to work nearly as well. So that first part of that, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down. So down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down. I spend a lot of time on the picking because if you get the picking wrong, there's no way this thing's going to sound as cool. So you want to pay attention to those details. So now the next lick is just going to be the same exact idea. I'm going to take it down an octave. So instead of doing it, it's close to the same thing. It may vary a little bit because we're not going to bend in this register, but we're going to get this. So it's, there's our little bend. So 7th fret, 7th fret again, both on the 4th string, 7th fret on the 5th string, 7th fret on the 4th string, fifth fret on the third string, little slight bend, and then seventh fret again on the fourth string. The picking's the same as it was on. Then here the picking's the same as well. That's in place of the bend. We do the slide, fifth fret, fourth string, third finger, sliding up 2 frets. Then play that note again, and descend right down that blues scale. Same picking. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So there you have it. Four nice sounding blues licks. Practice up, and I'll see you at the next lesson.